everyone, I'm Jodi and welcome to my channel. I'm really glad that you are here today. So if you are new to the channel, I hope you take time to explore the complete library of videos all about helping you look and feel your most beautiful, knowing that you have a busy lifestyle. So they are short, quick, and often probably too much to the point. Also, I hope you consider hitting that subscribe button so that you're notified of new videos that are posted, and you'll get 2 a week from me. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much. You guys have been with me. The channel is not even a year old yet. It continues to grow every single day, which means we're growing a community of women who are busy but extremely supportive of one another, knowing that as we age, there are things that we just don't talk about. Maybe our moms didn't really tell us as much. And this is a safe space to talk about when you get that one hair growing on your chin, or when you start to get the jowls that you didn't know you were ever gonna get. That's this place. It is a safe place, no judgment, no negativity, where we just kind of look at what's happening to our bodies as we get older and we embrace it and make the best of it. So one of the things that I love about this time of the year is it is springtime, and spring is all about fresh new beginnings. And so I wanted to take a look at what were the beauty trends for spring, but not look trendy. I don't know about you guys, but in my more mature age, I'm not trying to look trendy. I'm just wanting my makeup look and my beauty routine to be as current and fresh as possible. And that's what spring is all about. So today we're going to take a look at all of the trends and look at how we can maturely modify them so that we'll have a more current look. Now, that's not to say that if you love these trends, that you can't try them. I say the beauty of makeup is explore, explore, explore. In fact, over on my Instagram page, I will throughout the week add different looks that are more on the trendy side, that sort of dance on the line between current and age appropriate and trendy. Because at this stage of life, age appropriate to me just is a very vague, fluid word. And so I just don't want to live by rules, and I don't want to imply that you should live by rules either, especially when it comes to makeup. Who's to say what's right or wrong? I just want to give you some options. So the runways this year were filled with things like glitter and pastels and more glitter and neon. In fact, if you haven't been to a store lately, I really encourage you to either go online and do some looking around, or go into a store, and it will be like a time machine back to the 80s. I was in H&M recently, and you guys, I had to just start literally laughing out loud and taking pictures of stuff around me, because it was as if I had taken a step back really to my junior year in high school, because everything was neons, puffy sleeve, and I thought, if only we had kept the clothes that we had back in the day. Although, dare I say, would those be considered vintage now? Possibly. But they were still cool, and they're still, I think they would blend in with what's going on now. So the spring runways from Dior to Tom Ford, with makeup artists like Pat McGrath and Bobbi Brown, again, it was a lot of glitter, face glitter, body glitter, a lot of neon, a lot of pastels. So let's take a look at each one of them. The first one was the face, and the face was all about dewy, glowy, healthy, sort of that rosy coral type color. And I love this trend because I am really trying to get away from a full coverage foundation and move more towards a lighter foundation, which, if you saw recently, I did a tutorial on a few really good tinted moisturizers in the drugstore category, and that's what I have on today, and that's what I've been using, and that's what I would recommend if you're wanting to move towards this dewy, fresh look. Now, I love the True Match by L'Oreal, so that's what, again, what I have on today. But to help achieve that dewy look, one product that I've been loving lately is this Smashbox Halo. And this has hyaluronic acid in it, which is one of the things I love about it. But I just use a pump of that in with my foundation, mix it around on the brush, blend them together, mix them around with the brush. I'm just putting it on my hand so that you can see. And it gives a nice dewy finish. And I have really loved this. It's not tacky, it's not sticky. You could use this by itself actually and just add it on top of your moisturizer, or blend it with your moisturizer. You could add it to your chest for a little sheen or glow. You could add it to your arms. So I really enjoyed this, and it together, I think it just makes a really pretty natural glow. Now, staying with that glowy look for spring, as we age, we really want to stay away from powders as much as we can. And the glowy look helps play to our more cream layering. So if you're trying to achieve that glow from within, healthy skin look, then minimize the powders as much as possible and use things like your cream and liquid foundations, cream blush, cream highlighter, and then try to stay away from any of that contouring if you can. And if you need to use it, then lean towards either a cream or more of a liquid. And the reason that's important is because the next trend in terms of the face is taking your blush and moving it more towards that contour look. Now, this is not new for spring. It was popular last year. It came from TikToks. And I didn't embrace it at first, but the more I have looked at it and used it, the more I gotta say I'm kind of loving it. So because you're moving that blush around, and I'll show you how to do it in just a second, I would recommend using a powder for this. Now again, if you're very dry skin and you want no powders, you could do this with a cream. It just, because of the technique of where you're putting it, moving the cream just takes a little bit more effort and a little bit more time. I think spring is all about quick placement and moving on. So I'm using a powder blush, but very little. And in terms of powder blushes, you guys, it's all about corals and bright pinks and light colors. So I looked high and low trying to find the right color blush, and lo and behold, what I came back to was NARS Orgasm. And I think the reason I love this one is because it is just such a perfect blend of peaches and pinks. Peaches, yeah, that's a word. Peach pink colors, but it looks good on such a wide variety of skin tones. So that's why I've really loved it. Now, if you have darker skin, Orgasm X is a darker, a little bit more brighter color, but not bold and bright in terms of orange, but a really pretty type bronzy peach color, then that might be a better option for you. And to get that soft look, I just take a very lightly packed makeup brush. This is Max 107, I think 107S. And the bristles are very widespread. It's a nice powder brush. And I just take a little, and the reason I like that is because it just collects a little bit of product and it just is a nice airy type fluffy look. Now, holding the brush way back here helps without depositing too much color. You have the same amount of control, it's just a lighter hand from back here. So I just take a little bit on the tip of my brush, and then right on sort of the apples of your cheeks, I just like to swirl it a little bit and then go up where your contour would be, and sort of a C is just sort of what you're looking for, with the majority of the color being deposited on your cheek. So you want to touch that first after you have tapped it on your container. Start here, swirl it around, and then whatever's left on the brush, you're just going to want to kind of go up like that. And I did that this morning on both sides, so you can kind of see how that looks. And the reason I think a brush like this makes that so nice is because it doesn't pick up too much color from the pan and put it on your face. Now, again, if you like cream blush, no problem. You could do that with a damp beauty sponge. Put your color there and then just sort of go up sort of around your contour. I just think it's faster for me to do it with this powder, and that NARS Orgasm is just the perfect peachy color for spring. Now, if some of these trends are too bold for you, or you're just not wanting to have that much of a shift from your normal day-to-day look, but you still want to be sort of current, you can always do something with your nails. You could play around with the French manicure and put some neon colors on the tips. You can add some pastels to the tips. You can do just a different colored pastel. There's a lot of different options to incorporate the spring trends just on your hands versus your face if you're more comfortable with that. So moving to the eyes show this year a lot of glitter, which should be no surprise to anybody, but it was glitter from runway to runway to runway to runway all over the place in a variety of colors. For our more mature eyes, I reached for an eyeshadow palette that I have loved recently, and this is the Blush Crush by ColourPop. Now, the reason I like this is because of the variety of colors. There's some shimmer colors in there as well. And you know, as we age, glitter and shimmer is not our best friend. To incorporate the glitter into the spring look, I would just take a little of your concealer, put it over your eyes to neutralize some of the reds or purples in our eye. That way you'll get the true color payout from your eyeshadow, and then play around with some of the glitters that are in here. Now, I will say that the reason I love ColourPop makeup is because this time of the year, or any season when makeup trends shift, I don't want to have a whole collection of brightly bold neon colors that I'm not going to use again. So if you don't have a daughter or a granddaughter that might have some of these colors that you can pick and choose from for a day or two just to make your look more current, then I would recommend grabbing a couple things from ColourPop in the colors that you think you will want to wear for the season. These are about $9 each, so once the season is over, if it's not something you're going to live with for a long time, you're out $9, but you'll still get some good wear out of it. Now, I will say that if you are somebody that likes that shimmer glitter, you're not going to get the same payout of this long term, and by long term I mean 16, 18 hour wear, as you would the Natasha Denona, for example, with some of the glitter that's in that Glam palette, which as recent check, this is a little harder to get these days. So the glitter is smaller, more of a shimmer in a more high-end palette. But again, what I have on today is the Blush Crush, and you can see it is really pretty. It's not chunky. It's not as easy to spread. So to work with it, I like to just take a flat makeup brush, spray it with my setting spray, and then I like to put it right in the color, the glittery shimmery color. It just allows more to stick on your brush, and then you can just press it and lightly lift up. I don't rub with this. I really just press, 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 press where I want it. So that's a really good option for you. And in this color palette, you've got some darker colors that you can wear if you're wanting sort of that pastel look. So you've got some shimmer that sort of leans toward the glitter look, just to give a little bit different color pop. Now you could get this in more some green tones or some blue tones. I would hesitate to get too close to yellows and oranges, just because as we age, if that is not the right match for your skin tone, it can really be harsh looking. So I like to stay with these softer pinks and peach colors. Now, if you have darker skin, Tom Ford said it best this year. He said the darker skin is all about that bronzy, smoky eye to inhabit the R&B iconic look, which is sexy, vibrant, and pulsing with glamour. I mean, what a great description. Who wouldn't want to be described as sexy, vibrant, and pulsing with glamour? I love that. That smoky, bronzy, golden colors are really in for spring for the darker skin tones. Now, if you are looking to incorporate some neon or some true pastels into your look, I would reach for an eyeliner instead of an eyeshadow. It's just easier to control, and it's usually a little less space on your eye. However, it still gives that pop of color. ColourPop, again, has some really good ones. I picked this one up, and I'm gonna play with it and then come up with a tutorial for you guys. This is a really pretty turquoise look, and I mean, it's just easy. You can see the size of that. It would just be very easy to control for an eyeliner, maybe an upper eyeliner or a lower eyeliner. Am I even holding it? Yes, upper or lower eyeliner. Or you could put it just in the corner of your eyes like an eyeshadow, or right in the corner in the front. So there's a lot you could do with these. I was also impressed with NYX has a couple colors. I think there were 6 of these, and they are really pretty pastel colors. But what I liked about them is they're harder, so you're not gonna kind of crumble it. It's gonna be a thin line until you make it thick, if that's what you want. But the other side has this very unique brush. And it looks like it's rubber or a sponge, but it really is little tiny, I'm gonna get out a picture so you can, it really is little tiny bristles, which I love. So that if you were to put an eyeliner, like right up here, for example, you could then take this very small, sharp, dense brush and pull it to get a straight line, which I thought that was very unique. So I picked up these in a couple colors. I thought they were fun, and we'll see what kind of look comes from that. Also in the eye category, the Dior runway was all about double and triple liner with really bold colors. So I think a double eyeliner can look pretty on our more mature eyes, but it'd have to be somewhat understated. So I'm working on a couple tutorials just to show you that difference if that's a look that you're interested in. Let's take a look at the trends for the lip. And there's a few really fun trends for the lips of 2022, the lips of 22. I think our lips are just happy to be out in the air. So I'm happy to put some color and some gloss on them, and off we go. So a few trends. One is the 90s inspired, which I am here for, the slightly overlined darker lip liner with more of that nude lipstick with, Can we all just be excited about this? A gloss, a high shine gloss over the front of it. Gone are the days of matte, thank goodness. Between matte and low riding jeans, the world was not set up for my more mature body. However, I'm embracing higher rise jeans and high gloss lips. A few ways to achieve this. For the look I have today, I use the NYX Natural, and this is a favorite of mine. It's just a very pretty nude burgundy look. It might be too light for some skin tones and too dark for others. And I outlined my whole lip and then I colored it in just to give it some color. And then once I filled in my lip liner, I reached for one of my Buxom lip glosses. Now, they're all rolling all over the floor. I have a few of them. Okay, today I have on the Sandy, and I just put that right over the lip liner, and it gives that nice shine as well as some color, but that the liner is still a little bit darker. Now in terms of color, the trend is all about peaches, pinks, and lots of corals, so some really pretty options. If you do like sort of that brighter glow, but on the neutral side, then I do think some of these Buxom might be a good option for you because they add a hint of color plus that plumping plus the gloss. So I think one of my favorites, especially with this lighter look, is this White Russian color. They're going everywhere because they roll. One of my favorites is this White Russian color, and I like it especially now because it's that light frosted pink. Yes, frosted pink, which is a term we haven't heard since probably the 80s. That is also a trend for the lips. This sort of checks off a few boxes for me. It's got the gloss, it's got the plumping, and it's got that frosted pink, but also can play to that natural neutral type look over your lip liner. So there you have it, you guys. Those are the top 5 or 6 trends for spring of 2022 and some ways to modify those to be from trendy to more current and updated for our more maturely modified approach to makeup and beauty. If you're interested in a more in-depth tutorial, I will have one coming out next week that will put this look together for you, and hopefully you have fun mixing and matching some pastels and some neons of your own. So have fun with it. Thanks so much for watching. Please give this a thumbs up if you do like it. It really does help the channel grow, and I really appreciate it. So thanks so much for your time. Happy spring, everyone. Bye-bye.